Our next speaker is a Liberal Democrat MP backbencher, hold on, who has fought this bill right from the start, and we need people like him. So, together for Andrew George.
Thank you very much, thank you. Well, that's a better reception than I get in the Leader's office anyway. Thank you very much for inviting me. I mean, my position as a Liberal Democrat MP, and thank you for inviting me into your lion's den, has been that I actually agreed with the coalition agreement when it said that we'd be stopping all top-down reorganisations, and therefore, logically, it was the right thing to do, in my view, to then consistently oppose the government's reforms because they went completely in the opposite direction and trashed the coalition agreement. What we needed as we came into government was stability in the NHS. We needed stability in order to deliver what the previous Labour government had promised, and the coalition government said that they would deliver, which was a £20 billion efficiency gain. I mean, that was a massive challenge for any government. And we also needed to put right. The preferential arrangements which favoured the private sector companies, which were also introduced by the Labour government as well, where they introduced independent treatment centres and the Trojan horses to the private sector, which are foundation trusts. So we had to put that right. But what we got instead was a destabilised NHS with yet another massive top-down re-disorganisation of the type that we really didn't want. And we also got a moving of the NHS into a dependency on a market for healthcare, something which was not going to help us address the problems which I've described. Yes, of course, it was right, and the government has moved in a certain direction to try and create a better rules base so there's no, if you like, preferential arrangements for private sector companies. At least that's what the bill claims to be able to do. But at the same time, what they've done is they've taken the massive risk of creating an NHS which, in my view, will be driven more by concern for private profit than with concern for patient care. And that's the fundamental problem. So, I mean, you may not like me to say some of the things that I'm saying, and I can hear that some of you are very clearly not liking what I'm saying, but I'm just telling you where it comes from. The action that I have been giving is to vote, to argue against, to challenge the government, to vote against the government at every turn, and so there we are. So of course, I congratulate my colleagues in the Lords for making the bill less bad by introducing amendments which have, I think, improved what is a very unacceptable bill. But the question then at the end of the day, I mean, you may not want to hear what I have to say, but I'll say it anyway. So I congratulate them. They have heroically introduced amendments which have made the bill less bad, but still not good enough. And that's the point. So we're in the tragic situation. I don't know whether you're under the impression that, in fact, either the Lords or the Commons can vote this bill down, because we can't. There is no procedure left for us to vote this bill down. It can only be withdrawn by the government. And the problem with Westminster politics at the moment is that it becomes a political virility contest. There is no dignified exit for the government without them saying that, or being described as, this is a humiliating climb down. So I'm afraid I have got some bad news. There is no vote on this, no vote on the overall bill in the Commons or the Lords. But the only way to go forward and to achieve an outcome is for you all and for us all to offer the government a dignified exit strategy. Shouting at us is not going to contribute to that. Thank you very much.